Well, 40 Sale coming up this weekend. It's our penultimate game of this year's PWR. How are we feeling going into this one?
Yeah, again, I think there's excitement around the group. It's a slightly different season this year. That we're finishing a lot earlier, and it's funny because when we normally finish the season or get to this part of the season, it's warm and it's like kind of like heat waves, and we're running around trying to find ice buckets. Whereas at the moment we're looking for hot water bottles. I think 7 o'clock kickoff's a little bit different for the girls, so we've got to really be on our preparation in terms of a game day. But I think overall excitement's to go down there and just keep working on our key fundamentals.
Yeah, and looking at Sale, that they've had a tough year, just one win from their games this year. But that they're certainly not a team we can take lightly, and we're not going to underestimate them, are we?
No, Sale are a huge. They're a team that are kind of built on that kind of northern grit, and you've probably seen that in their last few performances. I think they're getting stronger and stronger actually, and we've got to really be on our game when we go up there. We can't take anything for granted. And yes, they've only won one game, but that was extra way, and not many people go to extra way and win. So, I think they'll be targeting this as a game where they think they could potentially get some joy, and we've really got to tighten up some key areas that we think they'll get after.
Yeah, and as you said, the Saturday night 7 p.m. kickoff, it's a slightly different challenge for us, not one we're necessarily used to. But what kind of challenges come with that, and how are we going to deal with that?
Well, yeah, like sailing itself is a long trip for us. What it probably means with that means we don't have to leave so early as we typically would with an afternoon kickoff, but it means we've probably got to be slightly more diligent around our game day prep in terms of how the girls are fueling and what they're putting into their bodies going into the game. We are a double header after the men. We don't know what kind of state that pitch is going to be in as well. So look, 7 o'clock on a muddy pitch, like, our girls thrive on that kind of stuff, playing in the mud and getting back to what rugby's about, really. So I think there's some excitement, and we're just going after a couple of really key messages going into the week. And if we can really just hone in on them and we deliver on those messages, then I think we'll come out on the right side.
Yeah, and a win for us this weekend and results elsewhere going our way, that secures us the top 2 spot. Obviously we've got a couple of games to go, but how much is attention starting to turn to those knockout games and ramping it up for them?
Yeah, again, it's a funny time of year for us in terms of all the rest of the top 4 or top 5 seem to be playing each other, but we've kind of got them all out the way at the moment. I think we haven't really paid too much attention, to be honest. The thing for us has just been keeping the girls focused week on week and getting after just a couple of key messages that we can kind of drive home in training every session, and that's the key messages going into the week. Where we end up is where we end up. Ultimately, yes, we'd love a home semi-final because we love playing at Kingsholm, but to go and win a title, you need to beat everyone, and you've just got to take each week, and you've got to approach each week differently, depending on the opposition. So look, we're excited to get stuck into Sale and get that out of the way, and then come back here for a Friday night lights against Quins, which would be awesome.
Yeah, and if Quins take a win this weekend, we win as well. It sets up a massive encounter next Friday, doesn't it? How excited are we for that?
Yeah, again, not really too much about the opposition, but the chance to come here on a Friday night and play any opposition special. I know the girls, the staff, everyone loves playing here. We played them on a Friday night last year, and it was an unbelievable occasion. I think, particularly when you look at when the men play on a Friday night, they pack the place out and the noise is unbelievable. Hopefully we can get a few extra fans down as it's a Friday night. Hopefully some people can come and see a great brand of rugby, because they're two teams that love to attack, and it should be a great game.
And this weekend is a great chance for us to build momentum going into games like that, isn't it?
Yeah, like I said, a couple of key messages to get after this week, and if we can deliver our game plan and those key messages, it puts us in a real good place, because then we've got trust in what the leaders, what the staff, what the players are delivering week on, week out, and I think that's really important for us. So if we can deliver on those couple of key messages this week, I think that ticks a massive box then going into Quins and into playoffs, and builds us some really nice momentum.
Thanks, Roddy.
No problem.